It's true. Nobody ever attacked me. Nobody like Perry of Texas, who, by the way, did a lousy job at the border. I mean, he's talking about the border. The guy was governor, and he keeps talking about the border. I say, you were governor of Texas. Why didn't you fix it? The new governor is doing much better than him. But we won't say that, okay? Because he's actually a nice man. And he didn't like it when I said, you have to pass an IQ test to come up on the stage. He said, no. He said to me, Donald Trump is keeping a senator, by the way, a failed senator, off the stage. I said, wait a minute. Went to the best schools, great student, went out, made a fortune, did The Apprentice, one of the most successful shows on television ever. NBC renewed it. I said, I'm not doing it. NBC comes up, renewed it. The biggest people in NBC came to my office 4 months ago. Please do it. Please, please. I said, I'm not doing it. I'm going to make this country great again. I'm going to run for president. We're going to make the country great. I wrote many bestsellers, including Trump, The Art of the Deal, which was about the #1 selling business book of all time. There, he's got it. I said the other night, my second favorite book. Did you know what I said is my first favorite book? The Bible. That's true. It's the same thing. And I didn't ask him to stand up. Actually, I got my biggest hand the other night when I said that. I said my favorite book is the Bible. My second favorite book is The Art of the Deal. And it's not even close. The Bible's much. It's not even close. But anyway, so these people, they went down. So now I have a new guy coming. It's Rand Paul. And that's okay. And actually, Carly was a little nasty to me. Be careful, Carly. Be careful. But I can't say anything to her because she's a woman, and I don't want to be accused of being tough on women. I can't do that, right? Can I do that? Women, am I allowed to fight back? Huh? Am I allowed? It's been a little nasty to me. So I promised that I wouldn't say, and I said it to myself, I promised I wouldn't say that she ran Hewlett-Packard into the ground. I said I will not say it. That her stock value tanked. That she laid off tens of thousands of people. And she got viciously fired. I said I will not say that. And that she then went out and ran against Barbara Boxer for the United States Senate in California. And it's a race that should have been won, and she lost in a landslide. And I said, I will not say that, okay? All right? So I'm not going to say it. So our country has tremendous potential. We have to take back our jobs from China and all of the other people. We have to renegotiate our trade deals by getting people like Carl Icahn and Henry Kravis and our great deal makers. We have the greatest deal makers in the world. Like Carl is very busy. I called him. He said, you're doing great. You're doing great. He's a tough guy. You're doing great. Every poll, you're doing amazing. I said, Carl, do me a favor. Just relax. I want to do this. If I win, you take China. I'll get somebody else to take this one. We will have our best. And these people, I think he's a nice guy, but some of them are not nice. Some are horrible human beings, okay? But they're the greatest in the world. Do we want nice people or do we want these horrible human beings negotiating for us? Horrible. I want horrible. I want the horrible ones. We will make great trade deals. We will save Social Security without cuts. We will come up with health care plans that will be phenomenal. Phenomenal. That will be less expensive. We have to get rid of the little artificial circles. I call them the insurance company circles. You know what I mean. You're in the business. We have to get rid of the artificial circles wrapping around the states, all paid for by your local insurance companies because they have monopolies. I have a huge company, and if I'm in New York, I get like no bids. I get one bid, okay? I go to New Jersey, where I have a lot of stuff. I go to California, where I have a lot of stuff. I go to Florida. There's no bids because they have a monopoly in their little states. So they'd rather have a monopoly than be able to negotiate all over the country. In other words, they'd rather have New York sewed up than have competition where they have to actually go and work for their money. That's over. That's over. That's over. And You'll have phenomenal plans. You'll have them for much less money. The insurance companies will not be happy, but see, they don't give me money. They give to Jeb, and they give to Hillary, and they give to everybody. I don't want their money. I was called today by the biggest lobbyist, and who I've used. He's great. Can do anything. He said, Donald, I'd love to make a major contribution to your campaign. I said, I don't want your money. No, you don't understand. It was like he'd never heard this before. He said, I want to really, give $4 or $5 million if it's okay. You're leading in all the polls. They have to protect, if Trump wins, they got to protect themselves, right? I said, you're a friend of mine, you're a good guy, I don't want your money. Because what he's going to do is, if I win, and when one of his companies has a problem, I'm going to do what's right for the people of the country. I'm not going to do what's right for him and his people. So you have the special interest people, and you have all of these lobbyists, and you have the donors. And I will tell you, nobody is going to control us. We're going to work this together, and we're going to make it so strong and so great. I use the concept of the Ford plant being built in Mexico. It shouldn't be built there. We want it built in Michigan. We want it built in New Hampshire. We want it built in Iowa. How does it help us? How does it help us? You go to the great business schools and you do really well, and then you come home and you say, well, let's figure this out. They're going to spend $2.5 billion building a plant in Mexico. They're going to make cars, trucks, and parts, and they're going to ship it back to the United States. How does that help us? And we get no tax. We get no tax. So when Jeb becomes president, if that ever happens, or when Hillary, if that ever happens, or when, hey, it could happen, folks. I hate to tell you. I think it's unlikely, but if Jeb became president, when they say, Mr. President, it's very bad that Ford's building in Mexico. Oh, okay. We'll do something. Let me go to sleep first. We'll do something. We'll do something about it. As soon as he says we'll do something, hey, he's not stupid. The lobbyists will call him. They gave him some of this $114 million. And the donors and the special interests. They'll say, well, wait a minute, we have stock in Ford. We want Ford to do what they want to do. You have to. And the lobbyist will go up to him and say, Mr. President, you can't do this. These people gave you $2.5 million. Oh, they did. That's right. I can't do it. And they'll build happily, and they'll have a nice plant, and we'll lose thousands of jobs, and, terrible. Now, what I'd say is different. They will call me too, but I wouldn't even take their call. But I might take them, because some of them are actually nice guys. So I'll take them and say, no. I'll start the conversation. No. And I wouldn't use Carl or anybody in this, because, and by the way, I hope the press calls Carl Icahn, because he feels very strongly about this. And he wants to do it. He's so anxious to do it. He's wealthy as I do. They all want to do it. A guy like Carl Icahn, he's worth many billions of dollars. He wants to do it. This is more important to him than a deal. He doesn't need another deal. I say, Carl, how many deals can you do? Just make the great deal is this country. That's the great deal. We got to make this country rich, and then we got to make it great. And I've said the same thing to others. But okay, so they come up to Trump, and I wouldn't call any of these guys, because this is too easy. Too easy. So the head of Ford calls me up, and he says, Mr. President, we really want to build this plant in Mexico. I said, well, congratulations, but you're not going to do it. Well, we're going to go forward. I said, okay. Then we're going to charge you a 35% tax on every car and truck and part that comes into our country. Every single one. 35%. He says, you can't do that. I said, trust me, I can do it. Trust me. And what happens is probably they fold before 5 o'clock. It could be they'll play tough and they'll wait till the next day. I say they fold before 5 o'clock. And the reason I wouldn't waste the time of the killers I told you about, the great negotiators, because this is just too easy. This is too easy. This is a couple of phone calls. So what happens now is the next day they'll call up and they'll say, please, Mr. President, say, no, I want you building in the United States. And if you do it, that's the way it is. And they will say, Mr. President, we're building our plant in the United States. It's that simple. It's that simple. Who would let Nabisco, Who would let Nabisco go to Mexico? Who would let these car companies? In Tennessee, they were expecting a great deal with a major foreign car company. It was going to be built in Tennessee. It was all set. Going to be built in Tennessee. It was going to be a great deal. And all of a sudden, the last moment, they announced they're not going to do it in Tennessee, they're doing it in Mexico. Who would allow this to happen? Obama. You're right about that. That's a very good answer. It won't happen. Believe me, with Trump, it won't happen. It won't happen. Go ahead. I mean, this guy, I hope this question's worth it. This guy has been standing up for the entire thing. I hope this is going to be a good question. Go ahead. Okay.
Time, and Fox hasn't touched this. And I've been in touch with Kelly too, and I've been in.
Let's go. Come on, gotta go.
All right,
gotta go. You're screwing up my whole speech, this guy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's counterfeit, substandard parts in most of the nuclear plants in the United States.
Counterfeit, substandard parts in nuclear plants in the United States. I'm not surprised to hear that. Why? Am I surprised?
And some of them have come from China. Now, when I brought
and in airplanes too, by the way.
When I brought this out, the NRC, Nuclear Regulatory Commission, accused me of conspiring to topple their agency, had me in mass federal court for 6 years, where Whitey was for a short time. Now, right now, you could do something for the state of Massachusetts and New Hampshire. And I just got back from Chattanooga, too. And I spoke to some Marines there. The security...
I like the guy. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Did I do the right thing in letting him ask? By the way, he happens to be right. Look, you don't even have to tell me. I guarantee you they have substandard parts in nuclear and in airplanes, because they get them from China, and when you get from China, you don't know what the hell you're getting. Go ahead, finish your question real fast.
Security booth.
I want to make these people happy.
The security booth at the Seabrook nuclear plant is empty right now, and the NRC said it's not required. Okay? Now, I got involved because I'm in the nursing home profession.
Okay, come on, I gotta go. Hey, come on.
Oh, wait a minute. No, let me finish this.
Okay. You know what? I think your question's great, and I can understand. He's talking about basically counterfeit parts, just to cut to the chase. We don't have to know that you're in the nursing home business. What are you trying to talk to some of us about joining your little home? Come on, sit down. Enough. We think it's good. We think your point is good. Yeah, give it to him. Good. I'll read it tonight around 1 in the morning instead of sleeping. All right. It's good. It's good. Go. Sit. Come on. Come on. Let's go. What a nice guy, right? Nice guy. Hey, he means well. Honestly, he means well. You do. Oh, stand up. You stand up. This guy I love. Tell me, how bad are the vets being treated?
Way worse than you understand.
Way worse than we understand. Go ahead.
You have over 8,000 veterans a year that cannot get access to care, and it is, let me put this in context, 8,000 veterans are committing suicide because of the incompetence and the corruption going on at the VA system. That's just the ones committing suicide.
It's a tremendous problem. Right? Suicide within the vets.
Let's put this in context. That is the equivalent of a World War II baton death march every year.
Yeah.
Okay?
I've been hearing about it so much. The suicide rate is unbelievable.
47,000 veterans total for all kinds of other reasons. No one is being indicted. No one is going to jail. The VA OIG has been proven to be covering it up. That's why the OIG head of it just lost his job recently. When you are president, can I have your word that you will bring in the FBI and start investigating this VA, because we need to clean it
can't be. I would do it. Look, it can't be incompetence, because it's so bad what's happening to the vets and the VA. It's so bad that it can't be just incompetence. It's got to be theft, and it's got to be a lot more than we're hearing about. So I would do that. Thank you, man. Go ahead. Come on.
I have to fight for this because my son is an active duty gunny sergeant in the United States Marine Corps, and I will not let him walk into this nightmare like I did.
Okay. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Go ahead. Let's take it. You want to take it? Who wants to leave? Does anybody want to leave? No. I have all night. Let's take a couple of questions. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You got that fire got to move down. Do you think you can fire some of these federal employees at the VA?
Well, you have to. Not only the VA, how about the EPA? How about the EPA? Okay? How about our Common Core folks in Washington? How about Common Core in Washington? You think you could get rid of a few there? You're right. Right. Good question. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Young guy here. Go ahead.
I'm a NASA Space Technology Research Fellow at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
You know, my uncle was a professor at MIT, so that's good.
So I'm in a joint program, MIT and Harvard Medical School, and I'm actually a graduate of Winnicott High
Pretty
School.
smart guy, huh? Good. Go ahead.
When you announced that you were going to run for president, you said that America needs victories again.
Right. We have no victories. Do we have victories? You know, when do we beat somebody in trade? We don't beat anybody.
So in my industry, the biggest
we're going to have so
victory...
many victories. We're going to have so many victories, they're going to be pouring out of your Harvard-educated ears. You watch. Go ahead.
So in my industry, one of our biggest victories was putting a man on the moon.
Yeah.
What do you think about putting humans on Mars?
Honestly, I think it's wonderful. I want to rebuild our infrastructure first, okay? I think it's wonderful. Go ahead. Yeah? Go ahead. Wait for that mic. Go ahead. Come on. Let's get with it here. All right, just shout. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My name is Brenda Bouchard. I live in Madbury. I've been a caregiver for nearly 10 years. My husband has younger onset Alzheimer's disease. My mother's almost 89, lives with me. She has Alzheimer's disease. I'm one of 65,000 Alzheimer's caregivers here in the state of New Hampshire.
Yeah, Alzheimer's. Tough.
And Alzheimer's receives $600 million from NIH, while we're spending $153 billion in Medicare and Medicaid to protect people with Alzheimer's. So my question to you is, what will you do to ensure that this devastating disease is a top priority as well?
It's a total top priority for me. I have so many friends whose family is devastated by Alzheimer's. So believe me, it's a total priority. That's something that we should be working on, and we can get an answer. There are some answers. They've made less progress than we had hoped, as you know. But there are some answers. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I think these voters really respect your boldness and your brashness, but I'm wondering if just for a moment you might speak from the heart and tell us what specifically endears New Hampshire to you.
The people. I mean, honestly, I've had such a great response. So I love that question. One of my friends, thank you. One of my friends was asking me, what's it like when you go up? Because I've been here a lot. And, you know, we've done so many town halls and so many different meetings. And now we're having so many people. We need the bigger auditoriums, which work out well. And now, you know, I'm going to go see the other auditorium where they didn't have the great real estate, right? And I'm going to see the people outside that are waiting to see us. But the people of New Hampshire are amazing. They're like the people that built this country. They work hard. You know, I say they're smart, they're industrious, and they love this country. They want to see it happen. They're great people. And I was so honored, you know, because recently everybody said that Walker would win Iowa, right? And Bush, who's, you know, falling like a stone, because he's sort of like, you know, I don't know, Kenny Bunkport. Tell me, is that really so here? It's not. That's from a different planet, right? I don't get it. But they said, Bush, well, he's being down big. And Walker, you have to remember, Walker grew up a little bit in Iowa, became the governor of the adjoining state. But what people don't know is they have tremendous, massive deficits. They have very, very poor employment, new jobs. They have a lot of dissension, a lot of problems in Wisconsin, which is a state I love, but they have a lot of problems. And with their education, they're having a lot of problems. And with their debt, they're putting tremendous amounts of debt. So it was sort of funny. I was very nice to Walker. He came up to my room. I gave him money for his campaign. I give to everybody. Anybody wants to run, I give a lot of money to people, right? So I gave him money. He came up to see me about 6 months ago. He gave me a plaque. He gave me a plaque. You need some money? Here. But he gave me a plaque. And it was very nice. And then I was very nice to him. Because I can't be mean to somebody that doesn't, like, you know, there are a couple of guys running that have been so nice to me. And I cannot say bad about it. I want to. And then one of his underlings said something sort of nasty about me. I said, oh, finally I can talk about Wisconsin. It was so good. And he plunged in Iowa. And I'm leading Iowa big. And we're leading, right? And we're leading New Hampshire big. And you know, we're leading Nevada big. And what I loved about Nevada, they did a second part of the poll. And the second part of the poll, you saw it. It came out last week. Everybody was really shocked. I wasn't, because I'm going to bring jobs back into this country. I'm leading all candidates in the Hispanic vote. Everybody was surprised. I said, why are you surprised? I employ thousands and thousands of Hispanics. They're amazing people. But people were surprised to see that. So I'm leading. North Carolina, we're leading by massive numbers. South Carolina, we're leading by massive numbers. We're leading everywhere. In a poll came out 32% nationwide. Another one, 24%, Fox. CNN came out. It was a massive poll. We're leading because people are tired of what's happening to our country. They're tired of being ripped off by everybody in the world. They're tired of it. You know, the American dream, we talk about it. And I use the expression a lot, the American dream. And we have, look at all those cameras blazing back there. This is live all over the place. On Fox, on CNN's live. I get up to make a speech, and I speak from the heart. I really do. I don't have, look, there's nothing. I speak from the heart. But a big portion, not all of it, but a big portion of the media, the political media in particular, is so dishonest. They're really dishonest people. And you probably heard me say, I like to say, the American dream is dead, but I'm going to make it bigger and better and stronger than ever before. Okay? I say it all the time. The American dream is dead, but I'm going to make it bigger, better, stronger than ever before. Okay. So I say it all the time. So I go home a month ago, and my wife saw me speaking on television. And she said, darling, that was such a horrible thing you said. It was so nasty. I said, what did I say? You said the American dream is dead. I said, no. I said it's dead, but we're going to make it great, right? So I turn on television, TiVo. I turn on television, and I see it. And it says, the American dream is dead. Boom, period. I said, that's terrible. No, it's so dishonest. But the fact is, a lot of people think it is dead. And it's got a lot of problems. There's no question about it. But we are going to make our country great again. We are going to do things with our country that are going to be so good and so smart and so spectacular. And we are going to be respected by the world again and not laughed at like we're all a bunch of stupid people being led by incompetent politicians. It's not going to go on any longer. We're not going to take it any longer. We're going to make America great again. Thank you, and I love you people. I love you people. Thank you.
Well, there you go, and there he is. Yes, the one, the only Donald Trump. He's just giving it all up, isn't he? Yeah. Well, and right, he should. That's right. It's about time this country got given up. Going to do all kinds of things with her. Yes, we are, America. We're going to cover her in baby oil and take some photos and share them on the HTLA chat room. That's what we're going to be doing. That's right. HTLA Radio 1, New York's best talk, of course. Boom. 5 p.m. Eastern here on Monday, the 24th August 2015 for your coffee and cigarettes. Monday Mocha. 85 degrees Central Park right now under sunny skies. Also, glad to report, thank you very much, Phil DeYoung, there for your report from Grand Rapids. Cloudy and 64. And he checked the roads, and there are no mattresses. You are good to go on mattresses. There are no mattresses. Also, Greg Howes reporting from Toronto today. A beautiful 78 degrees. And, well, we've got no word on the mattresses in Toronto. It could indeed be an absolute nightmare there. Absolutely. We'll keep you informed on that story as it develops. What else do we got on the big show today? Well, hey, I'm going to tell you about the Louisiana trooper who dies after being shot in the head, while a man who stopped a train attacker is awarded the Légion d'honneur. Also today, Ashley Madison back in the headlines. That's right. Now they're saying that the hack has led to suicides. Yeah. And it also seems that front-running Trump defends his immigration plans. Other stories we're following today include a diners leave waitress with a taunting note and no tip. And a USF senior stranded in Cuba after being critically injured in a car crash. Yes, all that and so much more today. So, hey, whew, why don't you come on in and grab yourselves a cup, have a seat, light one up, gang. It's coffee time. Yeah, well, yes, you know it is coffee time. Yes, it is. Of course, for me, it's always coffee time. Yes, it is. In case you didn't know, you can actually check out the style and shirt I'm wearing today. That's right, you can get yourself over to that Coffee and Cigarettes Facebook page. Kissy thought she'd put out some HD captures today. Yeah, so you can go do that and check out my shirt. Talk all about my farmer job. Yeah. It's a plaid shirt. What do you want? Jesus Christ. Well, you know, the good thing is, hey, it's Tommy Hilfiger, so go figure. There you go. Well, and of course, yes, we do have to mention the one, the only Kissy Springer in the booth, pushing the buttons today, making us go, yes, on that PreSonus 2442 digital broadcast mixer right there. That's what she's pushing. And hey, if you're into audio at all, whether it's analog, digital, whatever, get on over to PreSonus.com and check out their gear. It's cool. I just wanted to buy up a bunch just to make like a spaceship thing I could sit in and play with buttons and lights. Also today, this show is brought to you by the fine folks at Tim Hortons, New York City. Yes, now with those 8 fine locations in the city to serve all your coffee and baked goods needs. That's right, you'll never find a video camera in their bathroom, but you certainly will find coffee, donuts, candy bars, ice cream, all of it fresh. Tim Hortons. And hey, if you get over to NewYorksBestTalk.com, you can actually click the little button up there where it says Tim Hortons, and that'll take you right through to the store locator, find the one closest to you, and get the hell over there and start drinking and eating. That's the official word. Well, moving on today, it's time to, of course, introduce the guest/co-host of the show. That's right, and, well, I guess first up, as always, coming to us from the beautiful Mill Bay Film and Television Production Studios in downtown Mill Bay, British Columbia, Canada. Well, it's the one, the only, Louis Lawless. Are you there, sir?
Can you give me any help for $25,000?
Yes, and absolutely. I'm going to fire that off to you this afternoon. I'm feeling benevolent today.
You know how to spell my last name on the check, right? It's Louis Lawless.
If not, I'm sure, I can get some great thespian or somebody to help me spell out your name. I think.
Can we cuss? Can I cuss as I always do on the show?
Well, you can. She's got the button. You should be okay. I don't think there's going to be a problem. I've trained her, I believe, fairly well.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
There you go. See? So she's got you covered. Don't worry about it. Yes, and of course, the cackler. Yes, the cackler has joined us today.
Yes.
From about 8 blocks down the street from Studio 2 here in downtown Manhattan is the one, the only, Gilbert Gottfried, coming to us live from likely his, I would say probably, if I had to guess, his den.
Yes.
And also, most likely, completely butt naked. Yes. Oh, now that I got that picture in my head... we'll move on to the homosexuals. Yes. Of course, coming to us from his beautiful home in Malibu, California, is the one, the only, George, I'm gay. Yes. Hello, George. How are you doing today?
I think it's a treat to be here talking with you.
As you should. Yes, absolutely. Now, we of course, were going to have, George actually saved our butts again.
Yes.
We were going to have the Don, yes, Mr. Donald Trump, here today.
Yes.
But, of course, about 12 minutes ago, I had to have Kissy call George and save our ass. Because... Well, no, we did, and it's, you know,
Yes.
his people phoned up her people or some
Yes.
thing. Yeah. His people, her people, their people. I don't know. There was a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
I know that. But, of course, he canceled last minute today. His schedule is, well, you know, I guess pretty nuts, being the most popular man in the world. And truly he is, because, God, did you hear that stuff before the show started? He's not effing around. He's gonna straighten this crap out and carry the F on. That's what he's gonna do.
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut. Always hustling, always looking for something to do and putting things together.
There you go.
That's the fucking American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Well, I guess before we move on, Gilbert, it's on you.
What the fuck?
Well, I hate to do it, but
I'm ready.
all right. Well, give us your intro today, please.
And this is, I that up.
You just never. No. You always cease to amaze me.
Yeah.
You just always. He always does. I can't. Yeah, I can't figure out. George, at least I know you won't let me down. Tell the folks about yourself, will you?
I'm George Takei, and when I'm walking down the street, people shout out, "Hey, Sulu!" So I'm known more as Sulu than as George Takei.
Right.
Which is what I really am.
Okay, so now I guess officially we have to say that George Takei is not here. It's Sulu. Yeah. And you're a little bit of a political activist yourself. I know that. And, well, of course, if you had a set of balls, you might actually run. You know. Give the folks a little rundown about your political background, I guess, shall we say.
Well, actually, what shaped my life is what happened to all Japanese Americans during the Second World War. Pearl Harbor was bombed, and overnight, American citizens of Japanese ancestry were looked at with suspicion and fear and outright hatred simply because we happened to look like the people that bombed Pearl Harbor,
Right.
and we were put in barbed wire American prison camps.
Yeah.
They called them internment camps, but you know they were really, for all rights and purposes, concentration camps.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there because I don't recall any intern Japanese going to the ovens. All right, so maybe just tone down a little bit on the concentration camp.
Yes.
You know, I get the whole feel sorry for me, I'm Asian thing. You know. But I'm sorry, I just don't understand this concentration camp thing. I'm glad that you were embittered and pissed off and never got past it in your entire life. But the concentration camp, little tough to use there, George. Maybe you want to go down to, I don't know, one of those tattoo artists down on the Strip. Why don't you go down there and get the number put on your arm, pig? Why don't you do that and then, come back tomorrow and talk about your concentration camp thing?
Yes.
That's a good thing.
You are a douchebag.
Yeah.
My film, Unrepented, did very well in Europe.
Oh, really? Geez, I had no idea, Gilbert. Oh, my God. That's incredible, Louis. That's
I'm the most talented guy in this room.
Yes, once again, Gilbert is naked and sitting alone in his apartment. Yes. Wait a minute, now that I think about it, so is George. Yeah. Well, welcome to the show, guys. And hey, don't worry, George, we're definitely going to get to your special question of the day here after the second commercial break. Yeah. Yes, we will. Well, moving on today, we got lots of stuff to cover, of course. This isn't all just fun and games with me and a bunch of idiots, you know. That's That's right. No. Louisiana State Trooper died today after authorities say he was shot in the head and then taunted when he stopped to provide aid to a man whose truck was stuck in a ditch. Colonel Mike Edmondson, head of state police, said that Kevin Daigle shot his senior trooper Stephen Vincent, then said, quote, "You're lucky you're going to die soon." Yeah. Well, Edmondson said that Vincent, 43, drove up on Kevin Daigle near Bell City on Sunday afternoon and determined that the pickup's plates matched the description of a previously reported reckless vehicle. Edmondson said that a recording from Vincent's cruiser showed that Vincent was talking with Daigle when he opened his door, pulled out a sawed-off shotgun, and shot Vincent point blank in the head. Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, oh, he blew his head right off. Yeah, that's not you, sick frickin'. Holy shit. Well, I'm very saddened to report that Senior Trooper Stephen Vincent has passed away this morning from the gunshot wounds he suffered yesterday in conjunction with the traffic investigation, Edmondson said today. As an organization, we are heartbroken over this senseless and tragic death. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, here, let's change the story around, Gilbert. Yeah, a Jewish cop was shot in the frickin' money. What is it? Penny pinching pockets. Yeah. Well, we're deeply saddened and heartbroken over this senseless, tragic death. Our thoughts and prayers are with his surviving wife, Catherine, and his son, Ethan, as well as his entire extended family. Daigle, whose criminal history includes numerous DWIs, will be charged with first-degree murder of a police officer and aggravated battery. Edmondson said at a news conference the investigation is ongoing currently, he said, and no, the suspect is not black and unarmed. Edmondson also introduced a man identified as Robert De La Rue, who drew praise for stopping and providing assistance at the scene. Edmondson said De La Rue wrestled the gun away from the suspect and, with the help of others who stopped, handcuffed Daigle with Vincent's cuffs. La Rue, who declined to speak, then radioed for help, Edmondson said. He got on the radio and said, "We need help! We need help fast! We need..." No, that's a quote here. It's what it says.
Yes.
Yeah, wait a minute. Where was I? Oh, yeah. We need help fast. Trooper is down. Trooper is... Yes, we got a trooper who is down, Edmondson said. This is a hero. Sunday night, an emotional Edmondson spoke at a news conference from Lake Charles Memorial Hospital. He said he watched the video and saw Vincent approach the truck, promising Daigle he would help him get home. I watched the truck door come open and saw the shotgun blast, Edmondson said. He said that he watched Daigle walk over to Vincent and asked the trooper if he was alive. You could hear him, Daigle, breathing, telling him, you're lucky, you're going to die soon. Those are the words that came out of his mouth, Edmondson said. Edmondson also said that several passing motorists stopped, scuffled with Daigle, 54, seized the gun, and finally handcuffed him. They also called for emergency assistance and provided aid to Vincent until help arrived. Edmondson said that Vincent, 43, was airlifted to Lake Charles Hospital in critical condition. Vincent, a 13-year veteran of the force and Army veteran, a married father of a 9-year-old son. Vincent has a brother, Terrell, who is a Louisiana State Trooper. Another brother, Keith, is a police chief in Iowa. Well, nobody wore the badge more proudly than Stephen Vincent, Edmondson said. He embodied what it meant to be a Louisiana State Trooper and a first responder. Governor Bobby Jindal issued a statement saying, "Please elect me for president." Actually, no. What he said is, "Our thoughts and prayers are with Stephen's family and our law enforcement members. We mourn this." Thank you. Come again. There you go. You know, and it's
yes.
Yeah, it's stories like this that just give me that warm, happy feeling inside, isn't it? Well, no, Gilbert, it's like, you know, geez, this is really great, you know. Trump could be president soon.
Yes.
Things might be all right, and then this comes along to go, oh, shit. Right? Well, in other news today, a man who stopped a train attacker, well, he has been awarded the Légion d'honneur. Yes, that's right. French President Francois Hollande awarded France's highest honor today to 3 Americans and a Brit who tackled a gunman on a train from Amsterdam to Paris. Hollande presented the Légion d'honneur to U.S. Air Force Airman First Class Spencer Stone, 23 years old, Alex Scarlatos, 22, an Oregon National Guardsman, and Anthony Stadler, 23, a Sacramento State University student, and a British citizen, Chris Norman, 62. Wow, look at that. All the young Americans,
yes.
Right? Okay, so you'd expect them to,
yes.
know, right? Then we got this old English guy, 62. Oh, right, I'll take him down, mate. Well, 2 others will also receive the Légion d'honneur at a later date. A French citizen who also tackled the man in the incident Friday but wishes to remain anonymous. And a French-American named by Hollande as Mark Mulligan, 51. Mulligan, who was shot, remains at a hospital and could not be awarded anything.
Yeah.
Well, you risked your lives to defend an idea of liberty, of freedom, Hollande told the men at the ceremony in Islay Place, Paris. Yes. Since Friday, the entire world admires your courage, your sang-froid. The hell? Yes. This is what allowed you to bear hands. You bear hands and subdue an armed man. This must be an example for all and a source of inspiration. Belgian Prime Minister Charles Michel is just all French today. Yes, and Jane Hartley, the U.S. ambassador to France, were among those who attended the ceremony. And, of course, Belgium is also grateful to you who have selflessly defended the lives and liberties of our citizens. Vive la France! Yes. Yes. Well, the story goes, 3 Americans were on a high-speed train when a man armed with a Kalashnikov, an automatic Luger pistol, and a box cutter. Oh, yeah, there's always a box cutter. Well, the men tackled and subdued him. He was taken into custody in France. He seemed like he was ready to fight to the end, Stone said at a news conference on Sunday. Well, so were we. Stone was stabbed in the neck and thumb, which had to be reattached. It's all good, damn it. I'm an American serviceman. What's a thumb? Well, Norman, an IT consultant who helped subdue the gunman, said he thought, okay, I'm probably going to die anyway. Let's go. Yeah. Now, Stone left later Monday for Ramstein, Germany, where the U.S. has an air base. Oh, no, really? I don't think... Is there really anywhere an American who doesn't know Ramstein?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, well, he went for a military medical check at Langstill Medical Center, according to a spokesman, Juan Melendez. Scarlatos went to Germany on Monday to accompany his friend after the traumatic experience they went through together. Melendez said Stadler's plans were not made public. Navy Captain Jeff Davis, a Pentagon spokesman, said Monday that the Air Force and National Guard are considering appropriate awards to recognize their heroic actions, though nothing as prestigious as Le Ring Cabon. Well, French authorities identified the gunman as Ayoub El Kazani. That's right. Ayoub El Kazani, you've won a brand new car. He's 26, a Moroccan with ties to radical Islam who may have traveled to Syria. Everybody in the news these days.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he traveled to Syria. Yeah. I think even the guy who killed the lion there a couple of weeks back in Africa,
yes,
I'm pretty sure he went to Syria. Them dentists, they go to Syria on seminars.
Yes.
Yes. Well, his lawyer, Sophie David, said on French TV that her client claims he was homeless and hungry and wanted to rob the train and then, well, of course, jump out a window. No, we are not that stupid. We know it is a terror plot.
Yes.
Well, we're going to go for our first commercial break, of course.
Yes.
Got to do that. Yes, and I know Donald Trump's not here. Everybody's pissed. That's okay. I mean, his schedule is just such that it's, he's in demand. I mean, the world wants him.
Yes.
Unlike Gilbert. Yeah. But if you want, you can catch Gilbert at Chuckles in Harford, New Jersey. You can. When is that date, Gilbert? Is it like December 19th or something? Yeah. Yeah. It's like, ooh, big whoop. Like, who's going to come out almost Christmas Eve to see your ass? I don't know. But don't worry, gang. When we come back, of course, we got your traffic. We got more weather up the ass. And as always, the one, the only, the ultimate meteorologist extraordinaire, Frankie McDonald. But anyway, just before we go on that, the word is that Donald Trump will be here actually tomorrow, same bat time, same bat station. Right? So, So, I mean, he's got to come. We're frickin' HTLA, man. Okay.
Wait a minute, I got lost. HTLA.
All right, well, you stay lost, and we'll be back after these fine messages.
You've got it locked to HTLA Radio 1, New York.
What if there was a coffee that was sourced from some of the world's most renowned growing regions? Abundant with rich, fertile soil. What if this coffee was picked at the perfect moment, then packed meticulously and shipped carefully to be roasted under the watchful eye of coffee masters? What if it was expertly blended, ground, and sealed, ensuring maximum flavor and freshness, then brewed in small batches and always served fresh within 20 minutes, just the way you like it? Now, what if this coffee just happened to be the coffee you already know and love? Tim Hortons. Always fresh. Always great tasting coffee.
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Oh, Spice Body Spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power! Power!
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was beautiful. A broom closet. But the worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the Egyptian cotton towels. Shower curtain defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York. Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
White Rum has a new captain. Introducing the all-new Captain Morgan White Rum. 5 times distilled for a smoother taste.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
What particularly was exciting was he had blonde forearm hair, and he was tan. That's when what caught my eye when I first saw him. He had his T-shirt on, but you can see that he had draped up a T-shirt. And then to see it off, and it's so gorgeous body.
Well, there's nothing I like to do more on a Monday afternoon than talk about his gorgeous body with you, George Takei.
Sex is only the tip of the iceberg.
Well, I know, but it's a tip that George continues to explore. It's almost like it's the last frontier, George.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're the helmsman guiding us through the homosexual nebula. Yeah.
You are a douchebag.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. That's fine. Well, you know, you used to have to work with Shatner. Now you got to work with me. Life sucks. You know? Yes, I just adore the spotlight, you know. I just, well, you know, I really, I think, to be fair, you know, everything that George says about Shatner, I think he's really saying about me.
Yes.
I do. I do. Really? Yeah. Okay. Kissy's waving her arms and stuff, and I can see her pit stick white on the... Well, hey, welcome back to the big show. Yes, that's right. Your coffee and cigarettes Monday Mocha, HTLA Radio 1, New York's best talk, right here for you, kicking at 5:29 in the afternoon. 84 degrees, still Central Park under sunny skies. 24th of August, of course, is where we're at. And you know, within just a few short weeks, we're going to be up to our tits in snow. That's right. It'll be digging tunnels to go trick-or-treating again.
Yes.
Oh, and did I leave out the -40? Did I? Yeah? No?
It's about fucking time. Move on.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I will move on. Well, welcome back to the big show, everybody. First of all, shout-outs, thank yous, great thank yous, actually, to Greg Howe in Toronto, and, of course, Phil DeYoung in our own Grand Rapids, Michigan, giving us the deals on the weather. 64 degrees, still Grand Rapids. 84 degrees, still New York. And I'm going to bet money 78 in Toronto. And, you know, damn, those Blue Jays.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I was never into baseball after I quit cocaine. I just couldn't deal, man.
Yes.
God, you know. Well, he's getting ready for the pitch now.
Yes.
Oh, don't laugh, George. You watch it for the ass. Yeah, so I'm not much of a baseballer anymore, but I hear tell, according to Mr. Howe there, that Toronto is actually first place.
Yes.
Yeah, and going to be taking the pennant yet again. Oh, wait, no, never. Yeah, that's the problem with Canadian sports. You know, back in the day, I used to be a Vancouver Canucks hockey fan.
Yes.
Of course, you know, I grew up on Tim Hortons and hockey skates. Sue me, you know. Yeah, but, I was really into hockey big time, and, of course, you know, the Canucks were my team until I grew a brain.
Yes.
But no, those guys, every year, almost, nope. Almost, nope. Yeah, and then there was, what the hell was that? The series in 96 or 97? I can't remember the year. It's the year that the fans tore up Vancouver. Yeah. I think it was in 97. Whatever, who cares? Doesn't matter. But you didn't hear anybody in Canada shouting Black Lives Matter and can't we all just get along? No, that's what I'm saying. You know, we've had our bad moments.
Yes.
Absolutely. And rioting in the streets of Vancouver, absolutely. But, yeah, you didn't hear us bitch and whine.
Yes.
No. You didn't see the world's news agencies all converge on Vancouver. Well, I guess partially because all that's in Vancouver are Asians. Yeah. Oh, no, you're laughing, George. Don't laugh. Actually, if you go up to Whistler, all the signs are in Japanese. Yeah. Yeah, not even kidding. That Whistler, the World Resort, of course,
yes.
The place where they hosted the Winter Olympics.
Yes.
Yeah, all frickin' Japanese. What the hell? I wanted to go into a Tim Hortons and order myself a coffee at Whistler, and I had to be like, Ogogoshka.
Yes.
Oh. Yama somo domagas double. And old George there, our resident Jap, he doesn't even know what the hell I said. Well, moving on today, of course, we do have to bring you the traffic and that godforsaken crap weather for 7 years ago. So I guess we'll get to that. But before we do, I don't know, I've got to go take a dump. Gilbert... George, I got an idea. George, tell him about Shakespeare.
Well, I'm a Shakespeare buff. I went to the Shakespeare Institute at Stratford-upon-Avon in England, and Shakespeare loved the language. I mean, he used it gloriously and vividly, colorfully. And so, being a Shakespeare buff, I enjoy language too. And so I use words that are descriptive, that are specific, and that are that have content.
All right. Okay, I didn't actually get a chance to wipe. Thanks, George. That's okay. It's just an office chair.
Yes.
Come on. Well, all right. So now, what am I doing? I should have gone and taken a dump during Frankie McDonald. See, that's what I mean. It's the stress of my job.
Yes.
I can't deal, man.
I lived in Greenwich Village for a while when I first started out as an actor.
Well, thanks, Louis. I just crapped my pants. Yeah. Well, let's get this garbage out of the way and move the hell on with the show. First, let's get on over to our NAACP constituent there. Yes. One of the only Brock Favors up in HTLA's Chopper 1. Take it, Brock.
Hello, everybody out there. This is Brock Favors with Traffic on the Ones. Chad Armstrong is out sick today, so I am filling in for my usual land reports, and I'm up here in the chopper, but I got to tell you guys, I am loving the view. Oh, my God! Oh! All right. Well, we are over the 10, and it's massively clogged down there like a pint of maple syrup on a cool November morning. And we do, goddamn, we're gonna die in this mother. Yeah. Oh my God! Woo! Okay. Okay, I am very sorry, folks. It's a little bit of a bumpy ride up here. We are now approaching the 405, where the left lane is blocked by a mattress. So somebody is going to be doing a little return to IKEA later today. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, please! Oh, goddamn! Oh, get me out this motherfucking death machine right now! Oh, no, black people ain't meant to be in the sky! We ain't meant to be in the sky, man! Oh, mama, help me, mother. Well, the 405 is up right now. Ain't nobody going down this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, folks. I'm very sorry, but I'm losing my up here.
Actually, you have every right to. We're about to crash.
Yeah, yes, there he goes. Once again, want to offer our condolences up to the Favors family.
Yes.
Well, actually, Kissy, maybe today we should send flowers, you know? Well, you being black and all, you know. Figured you might want to do something a little nicer for the guy, and instead of just moving on to pushing my ass into Frankie McDonald.
Yes.
You know. But I guess, we got to do it. You know, I really, this is really starting to bug me.
Yes.
You know, this is, I don't know, like, I actually had nightmares about that idiot on the weekend. Well, I'm going to do it because I'm just the consummate professional. Yeah. I'm going to get it out there and then we'll be done with it and can get on to, I don't know, important things. But before we do that, pop quiz, Seinfeld.
Hey, can I see your dick?
There you go. See, that's one thing I love about you, Gilbert. You know, you're always right there and ready.
Yes.
That's it. You know? Well, of course, except for the intro. You're never ready for that. I don't know what to say. Well, let's move on and go to HTLA's meteorologist extraordinaire out of the closet with the 19-inch monitor. Yeah. Yes, we'll go to him for your Monday weather from probably 3 years ago. Frankie.
This is Frankie McDonald, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Massive blizzards headed towards Maine on Tuesday, January the 27th, 2015. It's going to bring 30-plus centimeters of snow, especially in Bangor, Maine, and Portland, Maine as well. It's going to bring a lot of snow. Winds are going to be very strong. It's going to be zero visibility. It's going to be blowing and drifting snow, which is 6 to 12-plus inches of snow for the state of Maine, including Bangor, Maine, and Portland, Maine. Since a low-pressure system is going to develop off the east coast of the United States, then a low-pressure system is going to intensify and move up the east coast of the United States. That's going to cause blizzard conditions in Portland, Maine, Bangor, Maine, Lewiston, Maine, and the rest of the state of Maine on Tuesday, January 27th, 2015. Yeah. It's going to bring blizzard conditions, howling winds, blowing and drifting snow, whiteout conditions, and zero visibility. It's going to be very strong winds, blowing and drifting snow for the state of Maine, including Portland, Maine as well. It's going to be an intense snowstorm with blizzard conditions on Tuesday, January 27th, 2015 in Maine. People in Maine, be prepared. If your winter boots ready, if your winter jacket's ready, hats and gloves, scarf and ski pants is ready. Order your pizzas and order your Chinese food. Buy cases of Pepsi, buy cases of Coke. Do your grocery shopping. Don't wait till last minute. Do it right now. Have your iPad search, have your iPod search, have your cell phone search, have your laptop search, have your tablet search, have your 3G, 4G ready. When you go outside, don't walk too far. If you don't like the blizzard, don't go outside. Because it's going to be blizzard conditions. When you drive the car, take your time, drive the car. Slow down so you don't get in car accidents. Make sure to have your shovels ready, snow scoops ready, snow blowers ready, snow plows ready, and salt trucks ready as well. Drink lots of green tea, white tea, red tea. Drink lots of green tea to give you warm. Have your furnaces ready. Turn on your furnaces to keep the house warm, since it's going to be a massive blizzard for Maine on Tuesday, January 27, 2015.
All right. Thank you, Frankie. That was
if anybody lives in Maine, be prepared for a massive blizzard on Tuesday, January 27, 2015.
Okay.
Best luck to you. People in the state of Maine, be prepared for a massive blizzard on Tuesday. Take care, stay safe. Don't get caught in a massive blizzard. Stay warm, be safe.
He needs love, Chris. Come on.
Well, I know.
You got to dispense more love from yourself. All these people are hurting here.
Yeah, but you see, Louis, here's the thing. He's supposed to be bringing us the weather, not the hurting. Okay? Well, you know, all I can say is, God, I'm glad that's over. Yeah. Really, really good. I don't even know what the hell he said, dude. You know? Well, I do know one thing. Yes, I do. That if Donald Trump was president, well, we'd never hear this.
4 United States Marines are now dead.
Climate change didn't kill them. Lack of free community college didn't kill them. The income gap, wage inequality, nope, not those things either. Gay marriage, nope. Oh, white racism, not that either. So what did? President Obama, if you won't say it, I will. Radical Islam. This is not workplace violence. This is not a criminal act with motives unknown. This is terrorism. The suspected shooter, Mohammed Abdulaziz, a devout Muslim. Do I care that he seemed like an all-American young man? Do I care that he was good at mixed martial arts or a smart, quiet guy? Do I care that his high school friends wouldn't classify him as overly religious? No, I don't give a flying you-know-what about any of that. Was he linked to ISIS or Al-Qaeda or Hamas or any of the other 15-plus offshoot terrorist groups? Does it matter? I'm sorry, but radical Islam is becoming the rule, not the exception. Yesterday's moderate is today's terrorist. I care that this SOB killed 4 of our United States Marines, and I care that our commander-in-chief is more concerned with Muslim sensitivity than the honor and sacrifice made by these Marines. Now, this is the 21st time our military men and women have been attacked here at home. This is not a Middle East problem. This is an American problem, and I'm sorry, but I can't sit here and let this go. Not anymore. I come from a family of Marines. My grandpa was a World War II paratrooper. My uncle, a Vietnam Purple Heart recipient. My cousins, both Marine Corps officers. I have some very close Navy SEAL connections as well. In fact, someone very close to my heart is deployed to the Middle East right now. But the sad thing is, I was telling him last night, I think you're safer over there than you would be right here in the United States of America.
To which he said, yeah, baby, just take off the panties. That's right, Tony Lahren and her rant on the Chattanooga dealio.
Yes.
That's what that was, and I'd play that damn thing every day if I could. You know? But, I'm going to go out on a limb.
Yes.
I think that's one thing you will never hear happen during a Trump presidency.
Yes.
No, you might hear her give him kudos or something, but I don't think...
I think it should be short and sweet.
Well, I think she stands about 5'9", Louis. Total great ass on her, too. Shut up, George. If I got to hear about Bobby's ass...
Oh, no. It's in theaters. Well, you know, in this densely populated city of New York City and Manhattan, there's only one theater that's going to be showing it.
Yeah,
the AMC in the Village. I think it's crazy. Get it in more theaters.
Oh.
Lincoln Plaza, which is where, we go to the movies.
Oh, yeah.
They've got to correct that. And we're getting that word to our distributor.
Lincoln Plaza there, of course. That's where the fags hang out.
My film, Unrepented, did very well in Europe.
Well, and according to George Takei here just moments ago, I'm assuming he was talking about, okay, I don't know what he was talking about.
You know why, Chris? Because you're such a control freak, you don't want anyone to tell you what to do.
Really? Is that... Yeah? You think so, huh?
No. No, I don't.
Okay, well, this is your control freak getting on with the news. Welcome to the HTLA newsroom in downtown Manhattan. I have a story for your ass. I don't know. I just figured I needed something to go from, George's homosexual lunacy, to kind of segue us back into the news.
Yes.
So I thought I'd do that. Of course, we don't have to do that. I can, certainly, geez, what could we do? Well, how about Jay Leno?
I read somewhere that you have a dick.
There you go.
Can you show it to me?
Yeah. There you go. See, that works too. We can, I was just trying to be all professional and slick and stuff.
Yes.
That's what that was. Well, let's see. Moving on with the news here. We'll get into the news. Yes, we'll get into the news. That's what I'm doing. Ashley Madison hack might have led now to suicides, they're saying. Yes, this story coming to us out of Toronto. Associated Press. The hack of the cheating website Ashley Madison has triggered extortion crimes and led to 2 unconfirmed reports of suicides, Canadian police said today. The company behind Ashley Madison is offering a $378,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of members of a group that hacked the site. Hackers last week released detailed records on millions of people registered with the website a month after the break-in at Ashley Madison's parent company, Toronto-based Avid Life Media Incorporated, the website whose slogan is "Life is Short." You didn't let me finish.
Yes.
Yeah, life is short, have an affair. Well, it's marketed to facilitate extramarital affairs. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, Toronto Police Acting Staff Superintendent Bryce Evans says that the hack is having enormous social and economic fallout. The hack is one of the largest data breaches in the world, Evans said. This is affecting all of us. The social impact behind this leak, well, we're talking about families, we're talking about children, we're talking about wives. Oh, cry me a river. You know, Christ, Kate signed me up for it. What the hell are you on? She's like, I can't take your enormous member anymore.
Yes.
Go unleash that thing on some unsuspecting women. Which is, of course, why I'm so actively seeking a weather girl. Well, Evans says that the hackers released the entire Ashley Madison client list, which claims more than 30 million users worldwide. He said the hackers also sent a taunting message to the company's CEO and released his emails. Evans said that there are confirmed cases of criminals attempting to extort Ashley Madison clients by threatening to expose them unless payment is received. And, of course, we got one of those calls.
Yes.
They actually called the station number, if you can believe it. And that, you know, they very matter-of-factly asked for Kate.
Yes.
And she was actually in here doing a pre-record for one of her other shows.
Yes.
And so I handed the phone over to her, and of course, the phone system is pumped into like the recording system here.
Yes.
So yeah, I had my headphones on because we were in the middle of doing a recording for a show.
Yeah.
You know, and so I can hear the guy on the phone, right?
Yes.
So you know, she picks it up. Hi, this is Kay Taylor, and oh yeah, hi. We have very important information that your husband's been sleeping with other women. And if you'd like us not to tell you,
yes,
just deposit $28,000 in our bank account right here with our name on it. Right? And of course, she's looking at me and smiling, and I'm looking at her smiling,
yes.
Right? And she's like, "I signed him up, prick." Well, I guess some husbands ain't so lucky.
Yes.
That's right. Evans says there are confirmed cases of criminals attempting to extort the Ashley Madison clients, of course, by threatening to expose them unless payment is received. The police official did not offer further details of the unconfirmed suicides. He also said hate crimes may be connected to the hack, but did not provide any details of that either. He said that Ferguson, Missouri could actually be partially responsible, although he didn't give any details of that either. And then he posed the question.
Yes.
Did we really land on the moon? Well, police official, of course, no further details. Evans addressed the hackers directly, saying their actions are, quote, illegal and will not be tolerated. This is your wake-up call, he said. A representative of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security attended the news conference. Special Agent Ron Marcello of Homeland Security Investigations said Toronto police asked for assistance and said the FBI is the lead on investigating the hack. U.S. government employees with sensitive jobs in national security or law enforcement were among hundreds of federal workers found to be using government networks to access and pay membership fees to Ashley Madison. Well, this is worldwide, Evan said. We're looking at bringing in top security investigators from around the world. Yes, around the world to assist with this, incredible breaking story that affects 30 million horny married men. You know what really gets me, though?
Yes.
That, that's all nice and everything.
Yes.
That's all great. How come we got, 8,000 vets committing suicide every day and that goes untouched? But boy, as soon as somebody screws with one of our get some on the side sites.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're bringing the full weight of the world law enforcement down on you. Now, here's a little message, law enforcement. Go help the vets.
Yes.
Yeah, just talk to them on the phone. Keep them frickin' alive. Well, it's not funny. I'm being serious here.
Yes.
Yes, that sigh was brought to you by Tim Hortons, New York City. Well, we were going to have Trump on the show today.
Yes.
He canceled last minute, but we still do have Trump news on the show today. Yes. And it's almost as good, except it doesn't talk.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe here's an idea, Gilbert. We can both work on our Donald Trump impersonations. We'll just I don't know about you, but I think I'm probably going to win that one.
Yes.
Well, Donald Trump again made what seems like weekly appearances on Sunday interview shows, this time defending a plan that would remove all immigrants who are in the country illegally. Well, I guess I'll be broadcasting from Toronto. Yes, Phil actually says, a double-double?
Yes.
Yes, Phil, that is a little-known Canadian secret, and I actually shouldn't be telling you because that's going to screw up the Ashley Madison thing. But yes, a double-double is, it's Tim Hortons doesn't just have their own culture.
Yes.
Yeah, they actually have their own language. So, when I go into Tim Hortons, I always order my extra large double-double.
Yes.
Yeah, and basically what that means for all you American folk out there is 2 cream, 2 sugar. That's right. I like them sweet and white, just like my women. Yes, so he's defending his plan that would remove all immigrants who are in the country illegally, while critics say that the idea is impractical and would cost at least $400 to $600 billion. Trump said on CBS and ABC that the country is already paying too high a price for illegal immigration. It's costing us $130 billion a year, and that's peanuts compared to what the real cost is. Now, the front-running Republican presidential candidate said on ABC's This Week. The New York businessman has also called for a wall along the nation's southern border and to have Mexico pay for it. And that said, quote, really good, immigrants would be expedited back into the country. Trump has also called for an ending to automatic citizenship for the babies of those immigrants who are in the country illegally. Oh, sorry, Tristan. Republican opponent Jeff Bush and other critics say that Trump's plan won't work and will further alienate Hispanic voters who have trended Democratic in recent elections. Really, Jeb Bush? You're the guy who took 9 years to make a decision. I don't know how the hell he could just close your mouth and walk away. Jeb Bush, why is his name even mentioned in this?
Yes.
Well, Bush, who is second to Trump in many GOP polls, get the frick out of here. He is not, 2% is second?
Yes.
Holy Christ. Why don't you take a hint from your dad, pull the door that you push, and walk into a wall? God. Right. Bush, who is second to Trump in many GOP polls, has also challenged the businessman's commitment to Republican and conservative ideas, noting that in the past he has backed abortion rights, tax hikes, and restrictions on guns. No, he hasn't. You're talking out your ass. Well, Trump's positions are deeply out of step with the Alabama way of life, says an email to voters from the Bush campaign before Trump's rally Friday in a football stadium in Mobile, Alabama. In his appearance on CBS Face the Nation, Trump said his views have changed over time, and he noted that Ronald Reagan started political life as a Democrat. So suck me. He evolved as he got older, Trump said, and I did also. Trump's latest Sunday show appearances came as polls continued to show him with a big lead over Bush and more than a dozen other candidates. His dominance of the entire race is forcing other candidates to respond to the Trump phenomenon in one way or another. Luke Scott Walker, of course, responding to Trump's criticism of his record as governor of Wisconsin, well, he told ABC that he's using the talking points of the Democrats. That's what he's doing. To which Trump responded, "I'm your father." Well, and fat bastard New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, well, he said that Trump's immigration plan sounds appealing in part and told CBS that, quote, "I just think it's a very complicated problem and it needs someone who understands how to do complicated and nuanced solutions to that problem." Holy shit, I actually like the fat bastard now. Well, ending birthright citizenship, Christie noted, would require amending the Constitution. Businesswoman Carly Fiorina, appearing on NBC's Meet the Press before she got knocked down to 0.5 a percentage point, says that no voter has ever asked her about the billionaire. The only people who ask me about Donald Trump are the media, Fiorina said. I think the media is kind of obsessed with Donald Trump, honestly, and I think Donald Trump is using the media. Well, yeah, you're supposed to do that, politician. Well, another outsider candidate, retired neurosurgeon Ben Carson, using your fetal tissue. Well, he did not shoot down the idea of joining Trump as the running mate during an appearance on CNN's State of the Union. I think all things are possible, Carson said, adding that it's much too early to start talking about mixing with the whites. And another candidate, former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee, told Fox News Sunday that he doesn't want to answer Trump questions because doing so would only give him more coverage than he's already getting. "I'm talking about my campaigns," he said, "my issues, and nobody cares." Well, that's right, sir. Nobody does care because your last name is Huckabee.
Yes.
I want to go fishing with Huckabee Finn. Well, don't touch that dial or turn your knobs or play with Sharon Chesley's titties, because we are going to go for a second commercial break, and when we come back, we got a very, eerie, scary, ominous kind of, oh my God, like, no way. Yeah. We got a story about some diners that left a waitress a very haunting note and absolutely no tip whatsoever. Some eyewitnesses said that it could actually be Scott Walker. But because they couldn't identify Hillary Clinton,
yes,
they're not too credible right now.
Yeah.
So hang on. We'll be back in 2, and we'll give you the weird waitress story.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
Good morning. Welcome to Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, where fresh always tastes better. What can I make you this morning?
How about our new flatbread breakfast paninis? Made fresh, just for you, with your favorite breakfast ingredients on maple or multigrain flatbread. then grilled to hot, melted perfection. Just $2.99. Who couldn't warm up to that?
Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, where quality really does meet value.
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was beautiful. A broom closet. But the worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the
Egyptian cotton towels.
Shower curtain defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York.
Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
Let's do a brand new day. Let's step away from the bland and let the color fly. Let's get to the one store with more number one choices and match this or this without using too much of this. Then, let's crack open a can and get to it. Paint? No. Let's do POW. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Glidden Duo starts at a new lower price of $25.46 a gallon.
Glasses. White Rum has a new captain. Introducing the all-new Captain Morgan White Rum. 5 times distilled for a smoother taste.
You've got it locked to HTLA Radio 1, New York.
My parents, our whole family were summarily rounded up after Pearl Harbor with no charges, no trial, and imprisoned in barbed wire internment camps in the United States.
Yeah.
The first camp we were sent to was in the swamps of Arkansas.
Right.
And the second one we were sent to was a dry lake bed in Northern California, a desolate place.
Yeah.
This was an egregious violation of the U.S. Constitution.
Well, I don't know. You say that, George, but I got a funny feeling if you had yourself, like, I don't know, a dune buggy, you would have had more fun. But I mean, in fairness, what was that, 1940 something? They didn't have dune buggies then, But that's what I'm saying, though. It is what you make it. You say concentration camp, I say Baja Beach Party. Well, what are you going to do when you live in that shoe?
That's the famous story about Jerry Lee Lewis. You heard that story, haven't you?
Yeah.
Sitting behind his desk at Paramount, talking with big executives and TV people, and all of a sudden the chick pops up underneath, wipes off her mouth, and walks out the door, and Jerry doesn't have an eye.
Well, why would he? Of course, again, I got to say it, I kind of blink funny when I come. Yeah. Well, it's that, twitch. You can't,
It's just life, and I love doing it. I love doing these kind of stories anyway.
Well, hey, so do we, and you've come to the right place for the stories. That's right, HTLA Radio 1, New York's Best Talk. Get on over to NewYork'sBestTalk.com, the show page, live chat room, dirty pictures. Come on. And actually, Gilbert, throw out the, what do you call them there? The,
Hi, I'm Melvin
No,
Leroy
not
the camera and the thing.
No, not that. Yeah. No, that's not what I was talking about. Your Instagram, your Twitter,
on Twitter.
Yeah.
At Real Gilbert.
Yes.
ACP.
That's it. Okay. All right. And Instagram, so they can follow all your dirty pics.
And on Instagram.
Yeah.
Gilbert Podfried.
Oh.
PODFRIED.
Yeah.
You see, it's kind of a pun on the last name.
Yeah, we got it.
Never mind.
We got it. See, the problem with that, Gilbert, is it kind of it was funny like 78 years ago. But dude, you can't keep using the same stuff. You just, I mean, God, what the hell is it? Louis, tell us a joke.
I nearly got kicked out of a theater. I can't remember what I saw about 2 weeks ago because I was booing and screaming.
See, now that is comic genius. Right there.
We were 5 steps away from winning the Academy Award.
Yeah.
And we didn't.
You sound surprised.
The music is fantastic.
Oh, did you like that?
Oh, you got to hear it.
Oh, here. Live from HTLA Studio 2 in Manhattan, it's your news update. Yes, it is. Was that the music you meant?
Yes.
No? Or perhaps... Yeah? Oh, that's the music.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right. It's got all that... It's got that black thing. Yeah. No, it does. It's got that urban, funky, yeah, I'm going to go pimp me some white hoes.
Oh, my God, he's becoming black. I like it. Do a little rap here, too.
I knew you would. Well, Louis, I can't do no rap right now. I'm on the air doing my radio show thing. Yeah. Enough of that. Yes, well, welcome back to the show. Of course, your coffee and cigarettes, as I've stated, 30 times since we came back.
Yes.
Yeah, it's your coffee and cigarettes, 83 New York still. I don't know what the traffic is like in Grand Rapids, but I'm pretty sure Toronto is screwed. There you go. Oh, yeah, so to finish off my Vancouver Canucks story.
Yes.
Yeah, I completely left out the part about me because I got all caught up in that, Hockey Lives Matter riot. But yeah, no, when they lost in '97 there, in Game 7 to, I don't know, some slack-ass putzes like the Oilers and Gretzky.
Yes.
Actually, no, it wasn't. No, I don't even know who the hell they played. I don't know. But anyway, they lost it in Game 7. It was tied 3 games apiece. They went into Game 7 and lost it by one stupid goal or something in overtime. Yeah. And everybody lost their shit. Well, that was the year for me. I was like, you know what? Screw it. 25 years. Every single year, let down.
Yes.
Let down. Holy shit. That was it. I was done with sports. Don't even care. You can put on a soccer jersey and kick me in the balls. I just do not care anymore. They can all suck it. And then, of course, don't even get me started on Canadian football, because what's this 4-down shit? I never understood that. And then I come to America and there's 3 downs. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Hey, I got a machine.
Hey, can I see your dick?
That's right. So I figure I'll just stick to what I know, which is my Ashley Madison list. Well, moving on today, we got a little interesting stuff. Oh, geez, now Kissy's jumping up and down. You forgot the George Takei question. You forgot the George Takei. Okay, Kissy, well, if you're so damned on everything, where the hell is the George Takei email?
Yes.
Yes, let's see that. Yeah, why don't you get that off to me? Oh, what's that? You don't have it ready?
Yes.
Oh.
You know how to spell my last name on the check, right? It's Louis Lawless.
Well, I'll tell you this, Louis. I will get Kissy to send it out. You should get it probably by 2081. Yeah. Yeah. Well, sure, yeah, anytime. Yeah. I got listeners waiting live. I got the post recording. Listeners are going to be sitting there. What the fuck, man? Any day you want to get to it, let us know.
Yes.
Okay. Well, now I have to check my inbox. Yeah, and this new Office 365 thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They're all not even mildly retarded at Microsoft.
Yes.
Yeah. No. You don't get your email anymore.
Yes.
No. It's in the clouds. Everything's in the goddamn clouds.
Yes.
What the hell is this shit? Don't fire it up there. It's going to rain. It's going to drop out of the sky.
Yes.
And somebody's going to pick the thing up and read it. And with a lot of the emails I get, there's pictures.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, man, you print that off on some sort of cloud bubble jet printer or whatever, it's just going to smear and run. Oh, you got... Okay. All right. There it is. I've got it. Yes. All right. Now, George, your question, your daily question. Yes. When you were a kid, before you went to school, okay, the listener... Oh, should I say who the listener is? Oh, that might be no good idea.
Yes.
Well, today's email question, of course, comes from the one, the only, First Lady of Texas, Sharon Hunley Chesley. Yes. And her question today for George is, when you were in school, back in the old days when everything was black and white.
Yes.
Yeah, when before you went to school in the morning, did you masturbate? And when you masturbated, did you have pictures of men or women? Yeah. And then she wants to know also to that how often you did that. So
every morning.
Okay.
As I grew up, I made another discovery.
No,
there were places called gay bars.
So I'm thinking that probably turned out better for you than sleazing around the school trying to pick up.
Maybe it's that love-hate.
What, the straight guys hated that you kept staring at their ass?
I wasn't expecting that reaction.
Well, you always get it from me.
Yes.
I just...
You are a douchebag.
Yeah, I know. Oh, look, it's news time. All right, there's your news time. And, man, we got a story for you right now. Belmar, New Jersey is this story. Yes, a 20-year-old Rutgers University student who is waiting tables at DJ's Bar and Grill this summer to help put herself through school got an unwelcome lesson in the humanities last week. On August 17th, Jesse Jones of Belmar, New Jersey, was waiting on a party of 8 at the restaurant and nightclub there. After the $112.03 bill was paid for by credit card, Jones discovered that her customers had left her no tip. Instead, the texting acronym LOL. It was actually written in the tip line for the receipt next to the words 1 hour for food.
Yes.
Well, to that, you LOL tits. I would say, I don't know, Cook's full? Now, the following day, Jones took to her Facebook page to lament about the indignity, where she also posted a photo of the receipt, blurting out any personal information belonging to the offending patrons. Jones agreed to permit the Ashbury Park, New Jersey Press to share her story and publish the photo of the receipt. Last night, I was stunned by the receipt that was left for me at a party of 8 people, Jones wrote. I would have preferred a 0 tip than an LOL, you fuckers. But as a waitress and being in, well, New Jersey, yes, bad tips and harsh notes are all part of the job. Even though they did wait an hour to eat, they remained satisfied with the filled drinks and proper notice that the kitchen was a bit busier than normal. I've worked in the service industry for 5 years and take pride in providing great service to my customers, so suck it. Well, Jones wrote that servers in New Jersey earn $2.50 an hour. For non-tipped workers in the Garden State, minimum wage is $8.38. Most of my paychecks are less than pocket change because I have to pay taxes on the tips I make, she wrote. I need to pay my bills, and waiters do too. We spend our hour or more of time befriending you, making you laugh, getting to know you, making your dining experience the best it can be, getting under the table and licking your balls. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the bottom part of Sharon Chesley's email to George. Well, most of my paychecks are less than pocket change because I have to pay taxes on that and make you laugh, getting to know you, and making the dining experience the best it can be. We work hard, and we really do care. By the Friday, Facebook post had gone viral, of course, and brought the attention of Mayor Matt Doherty, who weighed in on the matter in his own public Facebook post. Quote, if you ever visit Belmar, please treat the hardworking men and women in our service industry with the same respect you would expect at your job. This is ridiculous, Doherty wrote. My experience with this table was cruel and unnecessary, but sadly not uncommon, Jones wrote. With that said, please go to your waiters. No, that's not what it said. Please be good to your waiters and not put on your homosexual waiters and take a picture for my husband, Dave. Right. Okay. I know. I'm going to actually close my email now.
Yes.
Yes, I know it's annoying when things aren't right. I know it's aggravating and to receive a hefty bill when all night you've been wondering why the table that came in after you served before you, but waiters were mere messengers most of the time, and it's wrong to shoot them down, however bad the news. Right, so it's the cook. Yeah. Well, moving on today. Oh, yeah. Sharon's put the finger in my asshole and saying, move along. Yeah. All right, fine, Sharon, but I told you, don't be sending George Takei a question like that without, you know. Well, a USF senior stranded in Cuba now after being critically injured in a car crash. Yes, University of South Florida students returned to campus. One of their classmates will be missing. Senior Barbara Jimenez was scheduled to graduate this fall, but instead is stuck in Havana hospital, critically injured. The taxi she, her boyfriend, and parents were riding in was hit by a truck outside the Cuban capital on August 3rd. It was horrible. Her sister, Caridad Jimenez, says, they're pretty much all alive by God's grace. It's been a miracle they're even alive. While her boyfriend was airlifted to a hospital in Miami, Barbara has been unable to return home due to the high cost of air ambulance and because her medical insurance had recently lapsed Obamacare. It's a constant sacrifice to get her water, to get her food. We actually have to go out into the streets of Havana to get all this. They're doing the best they can with what they have, but we want her back, says Jimenez. Sorority sisters from USF's Lambda Theta Alpha chapter, not the ones with the dirty video. Well, they're now making it their mission to help raise money to bring Barbara home. Although she has been treated very well in Cuba, we would like her here in the United States so that her family can take care of her properly and so that her sister can be there for her. So that everyone that loves her can play a part in her recovery, says sorority sister Yanis Burgos. And actually, I'm looking at a picture of the girl, and I love her too. Well, Rep. Kathy Castor's office called to offer assistance when the dean's office at USF is also offering support. Barbara's sorority has set up a GoFundMe page to help raise money to bring her back to the U.S. as of August 24th. The site has raised, to date, just over $10,000. And, of course, we'll give you any updates as they become available, because that's what we do here. Duh. But if you want, you can get on over to GoFundMe.com/CJF87SDY. It looks like they have the same problems with social media links that HTLA does. But there it is, and I'll actually get Kissy to post it in the thank you, the Spreaker Live chat room. There, you can just click on that if you don't want to. If you're like, where do you say CJLT? What fucking what? You can go over there and you can check it out. You can also see a picture of the fox. Damn. Yeah, and she's, of course, standing there with some, I don't know, looks like somebody who's ranking like 84th on the candidate list. Yeah. So there it is. You know, if you've got any extra bucks kicking around and you're not going to send them to me.
Yes.
And you're not going to send them to that dog with the chemical burns. And you're weighing your odds, but you're not going to send them to the Frankie McDonald Get Better Soon Fund. If you know, none of that criteria actually applies.
Yes.
Then make your checks payable to them. Get on over to the GoFundMe and help a girl out, will you? Get her back up in Florida so I can visit. Well, moving on today, here's a well, I don't know, I guess we'll call this our consumer segment.
Yes.
I need some consumer music, huh? This is your consumer update.
The music is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you got to hear it.
Yeah, we know that. That's great. Well, let's talk a little consumer stuff, seeing as how we're inching ever closer to, I don't know, Christmas. Yeah. Here's a question posed. Why should I pay to shop at Costco?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, you don't shop anywhere. You don't. 79 million members can't be wrong, right? Well, the annual fee for the Costco membership came due recently with a swipe off the credit card and a checkout counter. $110 was added to that grocery bill. Yes, during the first few years of somebody's Costco membership, when they're only on the basic $55 tier, the add-on stung. But 15 years later, well, they don't really longer wince when they sign off on that annual fee. Between fish and meat, coffee beans and organic bananas and beer and wine, a substantial portion of what's in many kitchens today purchased at Costco. And why would someone pay for the privilege of entering Costco's warehouses? Well, because the savings on these and other products over the course of a typical year easily exceeds that $110 fee for a standard household of two. People ask, why do I have to pay $55 to walk in your door, says Robin Ross, Costco's Senior Director of Corporate Marketing. Where do you get off charging me to enter the store? Well, as I've come to understand over time, Costco's core business isn't about selling merchandise, it's about selling memberships. The only way the store can do that is to offer value and a selection proposition that is so winning, so unbeatable, that customers will literally pay to get inside. The funny thing is, though,
yes,
I had one, I don't know, in Canada like 12 years ago.
Yes.
And, I had one, and okay, so, yeah, you pay your $55. Okay, I'll pay to come in your store. I'm a retarded Canadian. Why not? No, that's a cigarette.
Yes.
So I did that, and then
yes.
I went in, and the first thing, of course, they hit you with is over on the left of the door. Oh, look at all our 60-inch big screen TVs. And yeah, so I go in there. I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, yeah, Samsung. Yeah, there's the LG. Yeah.
Yes.
And, I know these prices and stuff because anything that I'm shopping for, geez, I don't know. When I do a comparison, I kind of take note of everybody's price. Yeah. So there I am, if you can visualize this.
Yes.
There I am. I'm standing there. I've just paid to stand in their freaking store. And I'm looking at a particular Samsung 42-inch TV.
Yes.
42-inch TV. I'm looking at their price, and it's $100 more than what I just saw it for at Future Shop. Oh, damn it. We've got an alert, people.
Yes.
No. We've got a serious situation here. Sharon has just informed the live chat room, of course, that she's only got one smoke left before she has to go out in that 100-degree heat and go to the store and get cigarettes and tequila. Cry me a river. God. She goes down to one of those little stores. Do you ever see the movie Dusk Till Dawn?
Yes.
You saw that? And, when Richie and Seth there, they go into that, I don't know, what was it, Liquor Kingdom or something? They go in there and they end up throwing toilet paper rolls at the guy and lighting him on fire.
Yes.
Shoot that Texas sheriff. Actually, they didn't shoot the Texas sheriff. There was no sheriff there. It was a Texas Ranger, gringo. Yeah, blow him away, light the other little hippie idiot on fire.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, get your little sundries and get the hell out of there. That's what they did. I got to say, that is one of my favorite movies all time. I absolutely love that. But anyway, that little shop,
yes,
that's actually the real place in Texas that Sharon actually goes for cigarettes. And then, of course, on weekends, little known fact,
yes.
Yeah, Sharon actually works also at the Titty Twister. We got hairy pussy. We got yellow pussy. We got 50 pieces of pussy for a penny. You can't find a better piece of pussy for cheaper. Fuck it. No, I don't watch that movie too much.
Yes.
Yeah, so, I went in $100 more for the TV.
Yes.
Yeah. And I thought, okay, well, I'll go look at the laptops. I'm pretty up on the laptop prices. Ooh, Dell Dimension laptop right here. Oh, yes. Now let's see. Where's the D6000? Oh,
yes.
Oh, there it is over the D6. Okay, right, yeah. All right, yeah. i5 processor, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good, check. 1 terabyte drive, yeah.
Yes.
Check, okay. How much RAM? Oh, 8 gigabytes, right?
Yes.
Good, okay. How much? $238 more than Future Shop. There you go. So then I'm sitting there thinking.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, all right. I just been screwed. Okay. Hey, I'm looking around for the caught on tape, busted dumbass cameras.
Yes.
I'm looking. Oh, Chris, stupid Canadian, you've just been punked. Right. Well, yeah. No, not good. Costco, F you. I'm not. There you go. Thanks a lot, Kissy. Great story. Not doing it. Yeah. That's right, but I am very pleased to announce that, we're 1 minute over time, 6:31 today.
Yes.
But, of course, I don't care. I had too many personal things I had to get out. That's right. See, now y'all might know my history on the Vancouver Canucks.
Yes.
Yeah. And actually, a little side note about the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yes.
My grandfather, George Taylor, yes, my grandfather used to serve, actually, on the Detroit Police Department.
Yes.
Yeah, back in the old days when you could drink on the job. No, it's true. Actually, he was, one of the cops that responded to that bulletin and actually were out looking for Al Capone.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, true story. Yeah, my grandfather, a cop. And actually, when he died, for some freaking unknown reason, my Hungarian uncle Jimmy...
Yes.
You know, does the young white Irish kid who's going to be a cop someday, who always wants to be a cop, does he get Grandpa's Billy Club?
Yes.
Does he? Oh, no. My aunt thinks, it's a great idea. We'll just give it to Jimmy because he can club fish when he goes fishing. Yeah, so right now, out there in the Juan de Fuca Strait somewhere,
yes,
is my big, fat, Hungarian, way too old uncle clubbing fish with a Detroit police billy club. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not frickin' bitter. No. Oh, and I guess I should say it, too.
Yes.
Yeah, to my family out there, all of you in Canada. Well, except for Tony and his lovely singing sensation wife, Sonia.
Yes.
Yeah, the rest of that family can go straight to frickin' hell. Absolutely. God, I feel so much better now.
Yes.
Just air my shit here. This is great. Yeah. Anyway, gang. Serious time now. Serious.
Yes.
Okay. The Toronto Blue Jays. My grandfather actually died with a mouthful of Oreo cookies. In his chair, watching the Toronto Blue Jays. He did. So he died a happy man.
Yes.
And geez, what better way to go than with a mouthful of Oreo cookies? Right? Yeah, I don't know what it was. He just stroked out there or something.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
Okay, you heartless bastard. Fine. Okay, well, moving on to our final story of the day, and I made sure that Kissy lined this one up as the very last effing one just to make a point.
Yes.
I did. That's right. President Obama... Hey, hang on a sec. I have to drink coffee. He can wait.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. President Obama to speak, quote, frankly, on 11-day climate change tour.
And I finally figured out how to edit.
Oh, good, Louis. You know, that should actually be before the Obama story. Good, thank you. Yes, Obama is going to speak frankly, like he's never done before. Actually, it should say he's going to speak honestly, because he's never done that before. As Washington today, President Obama will log more than 14,000 miles on Air Force One over the next 11 days in a climate change tour that will take him from the desert west to the Gulf of Mexico and the Arctic Circle. Let's hope the plane crashes up there. In Las Vegas, New Orleans, and the small Alaska fishing village of Kotzebue, Obama will... Oh, he should be familiar with small villages like Kotzebue. Obama will deliver a three-pronged message. The United States needs to increase the use of alternative energy resources and make coastal communities more resilient and urge a global response to climate change. The three major climate-themed events are part of a conscientious effort by Obama to speak frequently and frankly about the issue over his second term, failed as though it may be. This from Brian Deese, a senior Obama advisor who handles environmental and energy issues for the White House rather poorly. Yes, the White House. They come 3 weeks after the White House launched a campaign for cutting greenhouse gas emissions by 32% over the next 25 years. In Las Vegas Monday night, Obama was expected to tout new executive decisions and actions that will make alternative energy sources more affordable. In a speech to the National Clean Energy Summit on Monday, the Department of Energy announced it would issue a $1 billion loan guarantees for distributed energy products, technologies that allow consumers to generate their own electricity or to obtain it from a nearby source. In other words, what he's really saying there is you better go out and get the water wheel going in whatever river's close to you if you want lights. Well, the idea, officials said, was not just to invest in new technologies, but to make it easier for those technologies to get a foothold in the market. For example, the Federal Housing Administration announced a policy today that will allow a buyer of an energy-efficient home to assume the cost of those improvements through assets using a federal mortgage. Where have we heard that before? Oh, yeah, crash of 2008. Thanks. Well, in New Orleans on Thursday, Obama will mark the 10th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, and while climate change won't be the sole focus of the trip, Obama is expected to talk about the need to rebuild from disasters in ways that make communities more resistant to the effects of rising seas, more frequent storms, deeper droughts, and increased wildfires and likely nuclear fallout. He says, we've all tremendously increased our focus on how we build our modern infrastructure to be more resilient to all kinds of risks, including that of extreme weather and zombies. Well, on a 3-day trip to Alaska next week, Obama will crisscross the state, visiting the villages of Seward, Dillingham, and Kotzebue to meet with local communities, including Alaskan natives, who won't understand a freaking word he says. Of course, he'll be talking about the effect that on melting glaciers and softening permafrost are having. His visit to Kotzebue is largely Inupiat native village, about 33 miles above the Arctic Circle on the edge of the Chukchi Sea. Will mark the northernmost trek of any sitting president in the United States because he's whack. He says, I'm going because Alaskans are on the front lines of one of the largest and greatest challenges we face this century. Climate change, Obama said in a video released by the White House. It's our wake-up call. The alarm bells are ringing, and it says, as long as I'm president, America will lead the world to meet this threat before it's too late. He's also bringing some tanks and planes. Well, he apparently also addressed the State Department's Conference on Global Leadership in the Arctic, also known as the Glacier Conference, which is bringing together leaders from the Arctic nations to grapple with climate issues. Yes, but of course, the Arctic trip also highlights some tensions in Obama's energy policy. Environmental groups have been sharply critical of the Interior Department's granting of permits to Royal Dutch Shell to drill for oil in the Atlantic and Arctic Oceans, with the final permit coming just last week. But Deese brushed off that criticism today, saying Shell was operating under a lease granted under the George W. Bush administration, and the Obama administration had delayed and narrowed the permit, allowing a single well with unprecedented high levels of safety standards for Shell or any other company to meet. Moniz said the Obama administration was also trying to lessen U.S. dependence on foreign oil. No, they're not. Which the nation currently imports at a rate of 7 million barrels a day. Oh, way to go. Great initiatives, doofy. Yes, even as we've been producing more oil and reducing our imports, there has in no way detracted us from reducing our oil dependence, he said. Obama's domestic climate tour is a prelude to international talks in 3 months' time. In late November, the United Nations Climate Change Conference will kick off in Paris, where world leaders will all congregate, get drunk, and spend a lot of money. And yes, of course, they'll talk about, the usual stuff, long-term reductions in greenhouse gases.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, climate change is also likely to be a major topic when the Pope Francis, of course, visits the White House in September, 4 months after releasing an environmental encyclical that called climate change a global problem with grave implications and one of the principal challenges facing humanity in our day. I guess the Pope doesn't get the newspaper. Well, there you go. That's a show, isn't it? God damn it. Yeah. Want to thank the one, the only Louis Lawless, as always, for being here.
You love to do that kind of stuff. You always did.
Well, you know, if I can scrub the environment, I'm there.
I lived in Greenwich Village for a while when I first started out as an actor.
Right, thank you. Stop talking now.
Yes.
Moving on. Thank you, Gilbert, for being here, as always.
Thank you for listening and support the show for the love of God.
And, of course, George Takei, thank you for being here, saving our bacon again from the Trump nightmare.
I've enjoyed it thoroughly. It has been a fantastic experience.
Well, it's not like a butt fucking or anything. You know. But thank you.
Maybe it's that love-hate.
I don't know. Did you hate it when you first got it up the butt? Yeah? Now he loves it. Hurts so good.
Yes.
Yeah? I don't know. We'll talk about that later, George. Yes, we will. And thank all of you, of course, the HCLA listeners getting bigger every day. Stop eating. You know. I'm just kidding. I'd pay real money to see Sharon's titties. Yeah. Have yourselves a good rest of your Monday. We'll see you tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, of course, for your Coffee and Cigarettes Tuesday Espresso. And we will, yes, we will, mark my words, have the one, the only Donald Trump right here for you, whether he likes it or not. So you guys have yourselves a good day. We'll catch you tomorrow. Don't miss Straight Talk tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's a humdinger. And that's right. For all you technically challenged folks out there, I will share the link on my Facebook. Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna of course have to add me up and share me titty pictures first. Yeah. Man, look at that, Gilbert. We actually we went longer than the theme.
Yes.
What do we? I don't know what the hell to do now. Kissy, play half of it.
Yes.
Okay, much better. All right, so hey, have yourselves a great Monday. We will check you tomorrow on the Tuesday, and don't forget Straight Talk tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be there, be square. I'll share the link. Titty pictures. There you go.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.